welcome back to my channel. Guess what, guys? We are 250 subscribers already. We clocked 250 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. Like, it's looking so real that we are going to get to that 1k subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, and then we'll start cashing out. It doesn't work like that though, but it's a step, okay? Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. As at now, we are like 252 subscribers, and I am super excited. I'm super stoked. Yemi Bella fam, my Bella fams, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing, okay? You guys are welcome to today's video. Video is going to be a story time. Anyways, if this is your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. My name is Yemi Bella. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber filming from Lagos, Nigeria. I film about everything lifestyle, motivational, and everything Yemi Bella-ish. That is everything that tickles my fancy. This is a hub for you to get inspired, have fun, where we get to talk one-on-one, converse in the comment section, and all of those things. If you like what you see, of course, please make to subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is here in red, and make sure to click on the notification button, which is the bell beside it, if you so that when I post the video you get notified. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Today is going to be a story time. God knows I love to tell stories, and yes, I think it's going to be a fun one. From the title, you understand why won't married men leave me? Like, what is in me that they will not leave me? I don't understand. So this is my chronicles of, I don't know whether to call it chronicles, but this is my experience with married men coming towards me. What is that sin that is to drag them? I've been wanting to know. I wanted to even get coin before to wash my head and ask myself, what is all this? What's going on? Okay, so there's some hilarious moments that I've had with some of them, and I decided to share in this story time. If you have anything to say or you've experienced same, let's meet in the comment section. So guys, before we go into the story time, I've got some unveiling to do. Yeah, you know me now. Meet the other person that you don't know under this wig. I'm about to introduce you. If you guys want a video or why I did this particular thing that I am about to show you, let me know in the comment section. Share why I did this, or I might do the video even if you don't say you want to see it, because you have to know why. So one, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Are you ready? No, tell me, are you ready? This thing, just hold something because some people might fall. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and I cut it off. I remove it. It's some things were happening inside, and I decided to remove it. Money, house of my way, all ye here. I let the low cuts come to play. What do you guys think? I think I look like a totally different person when I was wearing the wig, and now you're seeing another person. Hello, how are you? Pleased to meet you. Shake the hand on some of it so I don't forget, because this gist, I tell you, is a hot one. Yeah, I've had so many experiences with married people, a lot of experiences. And I mean, when I was in school, it was crazy. It was like they carried my case for their head. I went to use the ATM, and on my way back to my hostel, this man pulls in a ride. I really don't know cars, so but the ride was lit. It was lit. It had, the glass was tinted, and he was like, he just went down. He was like, please, can I talk to you? I don't know why on that particular day I was not even afraid to go into this car. Like, on the usual, I would have been with my bag or in my pocket. You would have seen a scissors. I was just so guarded in school. I had, if I did not have a scissors in my pocket, I'd have a pepper spray or one small spray shot that I know that if I spray it, it will get you distracted in a minute, in seconds. What am I saying? So on this particular day, I don't know what spirit entered me, and I entered the car, and I was sitting down with him, and the next thing he was like, hey, how are you doing? He asked basic questions. Still, this man shows me, is like, he likes me, that he saw me from afar, and he was like, oh, he needs to talk to me. He met me, and I'm like, okay, you are so kind. Like, okay, that he likes me and he would like to be friends with me. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not friendship, we can be friends. And he was like, he should tell me this, that he's married. And then he brings out his phone. Guys, this man had beautiful children, 2 boys, and his wife was so pretty, as in, oh god, was pretty. And this man says that he just needs somebody to be sitting down with and chatting in the car, that he doesn't want to date me, he just needs a pal, a talk pal. That was his exact word. Baba said he wanted a talk pal, just somebody that he could sit down with and chat, that his wife is really at home to talk to him and he's bored, and that he met her in the university, that he just wanted to go back to that point where he meets somebody and has that chat. And in my head I was like, what's all this? And I started to ask him basic questions like, oh, why don't you talk to your wife about this? Have you spoken to her about this? And he's like, oh, I've done this a number of times, blah 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 blah. To end the whole stuff, I just had to tell him that I don't even feel comfortable right now sitting with him and with the way he's sounding, that probably he should see somebody or sit with his wife, but I don't think I can be his top pal. But guys, what do you think in that kind of situation? When you find yourself in that kind of situation, what would you do? Basically, would you walk out like I did, or would you help this man like you want to be a helper? Because there's some helpers in this life, but some help used to lead to acid, where somebody will call you. Really do not know who is telling the truth, but let's just assume he was telling the truth. You don't know how crazy this wife that was looking so like an angel basically could come and act and pour you some acid. So I just walked away, and so that's how that second one is the most hilarious. This is, I don't know, for him he's not married, but for me I felt he was married. Like I think he was in his 40s, was 42, older than my siblings. And when I met this guy, I was reading for an exam apparently, and he was doing his trying to get his second degree studying law, which is what he has always wanted to do. So I wanted to study. And when he was talking to me, I admired him. Like, he was looking so fine, I won't lie. The day I met him, I went to read. I was having an exam that morning, so I left the hostel. It was a Saturday. I left the hostel very early, and then I stepped out to go get water around, let's say 7:30 kind of, and then I got down and my slippers caught, and that's how God sent this man. In fact, it was God sent. He just drove past and he was like, oh, what happened? I was actually limping, walking towards one faculty like that they had a cobbler, to go check if the cobbler was around, and he was like, oh, that he could help me to my hostel so I could change my slippers. And I'm like, angel that God sent. He took me there. He dropped me, even waited to take me back to where I was reading, as in a sweetheart, right? Took me back. We started talking. I had exams, so remember, guys. We started talking. I was like, I have exams. Yeah, you've been reading since. Come and put your head down. So that's how I met that one. And then thereafter, he was coming to see me. We're talking. I was like, so when he started talking about relationship, I was like, okay, oh, that's hello. How old are you? He's like, I said, don't be angry, but how old are you? He's like, he's 42 or 43. In fact, when he told me and he asked me out, I was like, I'll think about it. But in my head, I was thinking that is it possible that he's at this age, like he's not divorced, he's never been married, and he's Yoruba. I'm not being tribalistic here, but Yoruba men don't stay that long. I don't know, they're rare. They don't stay that long before they're married. And in my head, I'm like, this man is definitely lying. Like, he said he's the last one. He had sister telling my mom about this man and asking her if she would allow me date somebody who is 40 something years time. When I met him, yes, I was 22 years old. I don't old though. And see the distance, I see its own. So basically, the day he came to pick me, I mean, I don't know, we're driving into I think where creative arts were, social sciences in Lag. We're driving in, and as we're driving in, the security guards were hailing him. So I'm like, oh, so they know you here? And he's like, oh, his friend lectures here. And I'm like, okay. Anyhow, And so so we drove in, and the other was like, Oga, no be the car where you bring here yesterday. Oh. And in my head, I'm like, what's this? The next thing he says is, Oga get plenty car. Oh. And I'm like, did he pay these people to show or do all this show and everything? And the next thing he gives them money, winds up and says,
that's how they do. They just like to embarrass me.
And he had this deep baritone voice. So the next thing, I told him that day, I decided that I was going to tell him no. And so the next thing, I told him no, that I wasn't interested. And then he drove me back to my hostel after we had a long talk. And as I was getting down, the next thing Oga says is, you will never find anyone like me. I'm the best thing that can ever happen to you. How? Necessary. It's not necessary. Why would you be saying that? Absolutely. But in my head, I'm like, God forbid, child of swear is this one. And if I go, this video is just going to go on and go on and go on. I had like 3 or 4 stories more that I wanted to say, but I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want you guys to get tired, because it's still the same story. Their wife is not listening to them. Their wife is not this. Their wife is not that. And most of them, it is a lie. It is a lie. I mean, I'm not a therapist. You want to use me to pass which time? Papa, get help. I mean, all my experiences with these people, one prayer that I make sure that I pray is that I don't even marry somebody like that would, go over and say, oh, he's tired of me, or he wants to use someone else to pass time. My life will not be like that in Jesus' name. But guys, let me know if you've had any experience as such, and what you think basically about these things. Why do married men do that? Like, now, I'm not being sexist. I'm not trying to concentrate on one gender. I'm just talking from my experience. Guys too might have the same experience. Guys who are single might have the same experience from married women. But this is what I have experienced, and I really do want to understand why. What's the issue? Why are you philandering? Why? Why they always lie like this? Anyways, guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. Till I see you in another video. Kisses and hugs. Let me know what you think about my cut also. Bye.